Hello everyone, this is ARYAN Thakkar, your coach and mentor, and welcome back to my YouTube channel on ARYAN Tutorials, where in this video I'll be taking up your next transformation structure, that is sentences with in all probability, in all certainty, in all likelihood, and alongside second structure where you would be asked to make your sentence or transform your sentence using ought in a particular structure. So let's get started. Now, for transforming sentences within all probability, in all certainty, or in all likelihood, you will often get to see the words like probably in the question, or you will get to see the word likely in the question, or you will get to see the word certain in the question. So whenever these words are given, either they will instruct you to start your sentence using in all probability, all आएगा, ठीक है, in all probability, in all certainty, in all likelihood, or else it will be expected out of you to by default construct or transform that sentence using this structure. So how do you do so? Now you have to start your sentence using this phrase in all probability or in all certainty or in all likelihood, and it has to be joined using a comma. For example, supposedly अगर मैं आपको लिख के दिखाऊं, they will probably arrive late due to the traffic jam. So this word probably की वजह से your sentence structure will become in all probability, in all probability, comma, immediately comma आ जाएगा, in all probability, comma, you just have to copy paste the remaining structure or the remaining clause. They will, now you don't have to use probably once again, because in like you have replaced the word probably with in all probability, so उसको दोबारा से नहीं लिखना पड़ेगा. So in all probability, comma, they will arrive late due to traffic jam. And don't forget your punctuation, full stop, otherwise you will lose one entire mark. She will probably win the competition because of her hard work. In all probability, in all probability, comma, just copy paste, she will win the competition. She will win the competition because of her hard work. ठीक है, because of her hard work, full stop. ठीक है. Then next one, the flight is likely delayed. Now whenever you see the word likely, in that case your sentence will start with in all likelihood. ठीक है, in all likelihood, comma, the flight is delayed. The flight is delayed because of the fog, yeah, owing to the fog. ठीक है. It is certain. Now whenever you see the word certain, then it will be in all certainty. ठीक है, in all certainty, comma, the team will qualify for the finals, followed by a full stop. It is certain that technology will continue. So again, in all certainty, comma, technology will continue to evolve rapidly, full stop. ठीक है, that is how you have to make your structure. I hope that is clear to you. Now coming to sentences where you have to make use of ought. Now ought is like obligation. ठीक है, obligation. So it is like basically a compulsion, or it is a responsibility which needs to be fulfilled when we make use of ought in sentences. That is how ought is conveyed, using obligation or compulsion. That needs to be done. It needs to be done and accountability has to be taken. So for a positive sentence, we basically use of ought to along with your first form of verb, क्योंकि to के साथ आपका first form आएगा. ठीक है. And in case of negative sentences, we make use of ought not to plus first form of verb. Always remember that जब भी आप to का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, to के साथ हमेशा first form बनता है verb का, and that becomes your infinite form of verb. ठीक है, this is your infinite form of verb. On the other hand, if you get to see a sentence which is in the past form, rather past perfect form or present perfect form, in that case, ought to have participle form of verb, that is V3 has to be used for a positive sentence and ought not to have participle form for a negative sentence. ठीक है? You should not be late for the class. So इसका आंसर होगा you should ही रिप्लेस हो जाएगा आपका ought के साथ, OUGHT. You ought not to be. Now BE के आगे अगर आप to लगा देते हो तो ये BE का infinite form of verb बन जाता है, where V1 is your is, am, are. BE का V2 is was, were. V3 is been and V4 is being. ठीक है, कंटिन्यूअस फॉर्म इज बीइंग. सो बेसिकली हम लोगों को टू लगाने से उसका इन्फिनिट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब मिल जाएगा. सो यू ऑट नॉट टू बी लेट for the class, full stop. They should have called before arriving. They ought to have. Now this called will be in its third form. It's already in its third form. यहाँ पे भी ये called ही रहेगा. ठीक है. They ought to have called before arriving. Then we should help the elderly. We ought to help. We ought to help the elderly. That is how you have to transform. And she should not have spoken so sharply. So it is speak, spoke and spoken. Have के साथ हमेशा आप अपना third form लगाते हो. ठीक है, has, have, had को अगर helping verb की तरह use करते हो. So she ought not to have spoken so sharply. That is how you will transform your sentence. And he should have worn a helmet while riding. So it would become he ought to have worn a helmet while riding. So it is like ought to, ought not to, ought to have and the third form of verb, ought not to have and the third form of verb. So this was your structure with ought, and I hope this video helps. And if you're liking my content and if you want me to make more such videos, then do let me know in the comment section below by typing a yes. And keep sharing, subscribing and liking to my videos, and share this YouTube channel with your friends, where we bring out quality content associated with English, economics and commerce. I hope you're having a great time preparing for your examination. Till then, keep smiling, keep studying. Take care. Bye-bye.